There we go. Yeah, Annual Convention, WRC, in 1907.
Wow, unbelievable stuff here.
Yeah.
They do a nice display.
Personalized war sketches, 1892. Wow. Amazing.
Look at this dog from Binghamton, Binghamton 1862. Wow. Isn't that
Binghamton
incredible?
officers. Yeah. This is great.
That is neat.
Hey, you know, I think because of the way technology was when the Civil War was, that there's so much documented about it that's finally come out.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people back then had to write letters and so forth. But the big thing I found about the Civil War from visiting Gettysburg
Oh yeah,
is
I'd
the
like
fact
to see that.
is the fact that you know, you don't think about what the technology did to change the war. And what I mean is, the railroads really were just becoming intercontinental at that point when the war happened.
Right.
So when you go somewhere like Gettysburg, you find that just about every state was represented by troops.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and I never realized that until I was down there and saw all the different states that were represented with the monuments and stuff down there. Really, if you ever visit Gettysburg, it's like stepping back into 1862.
Oh, Don, I'd like to go down there.
And I mean, I've been there. I went down there with Kevin's scout troop at least 4 or 5 times.
Oh, you have?
It's just fabulous.
Wow.
It's a great place to visit because it's like stepping back in time to the 1860s.
Well,
because they've preserved the area so nicely down there in Gettysburg.
Now, is that where the big cemetery is?
Yeah. That's where Lincoln made the Gettysburg Address.
Right. So where do you stay? Do they have hotels close by?
Yeah, there are some hotels. Yeah, there is some commercial in there, but they've kept the battlefield clear. I mean, the cannons are out there.
No kidding.
And you know,
Look at this guy.
it's a lot of neat things.
Unbelievable.
Let's see.
1947 he died. That's him as a soldier.
Oh, this is the last.
Gosh.
This was the last Civil War veteran in Broome County. Yep.
No.
Gerald Smith mentioned him when
Did he
I went to
really?
the presentation.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I forget. I think the last Civil War vet in the whole country was in the 1950s, but I forget.
Oh, really? I think you told me that. Yeah. Look at his sword.
Oh.
Gosh.
This is interesting. That's New Berlin Monument.
Oh wow. I didn't even
And there's one in Walton. And then Sherburne. Let's see. Here's the Broome County one, but this one I think this is in front of the courthouse.
Wow.
Down here in Binghamton.
Oh yeah.
Delhi's got one. Let's see. That one must be Columbus Park over here. Oh, Columbus Park has one with a can in it.
Oh,
This is interesting. Bainbridge,
look at these.
Franklin. Those are all monuments to the Civil War in this area. Franklin. Here's the one in Owego, which was probably flooded here this last. Because Owego, oh my goodness, what a flood that was this year.
Terrible. That was tragic. It is tragic.
Wow, this is interactive. It's got all kinds of stuff here. Oh, there's one in Marathon too. Portland. You don't realize without looking at that how many monuments are in the area.
They've got this set up like the old war campgrounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is great.
Isn't that something? Very, very impressive. That flag. My gosh, that's an old flag. Wow.
You know what'll really astound you if you ever go to Gettysburg, if you start looking at the casualty numbers.
Oh yeah.
How many people died in that battle?
Oh no, that was what? It's the biggest number.
Well, it was one of the biggest ones, although I think there was one in Maryland that was bloodier.
Oh really? No
yeah,
kidding.
I think Antietam was bloodier in Maryland, if I remember
I'd
correctly.
Seen that, Ken Burns.
Oh, the Ken Burns series?
Civil War series.
Yeah, I remember I watched the whole thing because I even put it on beta tape way back then. I got flooded back in '6, so I lost it all. Oh, it is still something to be picked up on DVD because Burns really did a great job because he went in and he pulled a lot of the letters and stuff. And he had some very good experts on, like Shelby Foote, one of the Civil War experts, who's now died. He's passed away, but
I'm gonna order that from Netflix because I'd like to see that.
yeah, take a long time to watch it though.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's a tremendous series.
Do you remember how many episodes there were?
Oh. Offhand, no, but I know. I think I had. I'm trying to think how many tapes when I originally taped it. And I know you've probably got 40 or 60 hours at least with material. If you follow it in order, though, it's kind of like starting from the beginning of the war and going through. I mean, it's just a fabulous thing. And I'm awful glad he did that series.
Oh, me too.
I mean, to me, that is his master work at this point. I mean, I've watched some of his other stuff. I mean, his baseball series wasn't quite as good. Civil War is the top of Ken Burns' work.
I'm gonna have to rent that.
And I mean, they do it. It gives you a feel like you're there in a way. Although there's not a lot of action, obviously, but still.
Sure.
But they go through all the sites and stuff, and the letters that they go. Particularly, I think letters from one name I remember very much is Mary Chestnut, who was a nurse, I think, during the war.
Oh wow.
And I mean, they go through what happens in different areas, like New Orleans and what was going on there during one part of the war, and not just the battles.
I love history. Look at this hardtack they used to eat.
Wow.
Wow, I was here when they were just starting to set this up. Incredible. Wow.
The guitar and accordion. That must be the accordion. Guitar.
Wow.
This is great. Fantastic.
Sail uniform.
Burns' series taught me so much about the Civil War that, I mean, the little facts that came out of it. Like, you realize Arlington National Cemetery, you know whose house that was before it became Arlington? It was Robert E. Lee's house.
Oh, wow.
They took Robert E. Lee's house to make the National Cemetery.
Wow.
And supposedly at the time they did it because there was a guy in the federal government who was so mad because Lee was killing so many federal troops that they took his house and confiscated his.
I can't remember. What was the Civil War about?